Folks, welcome to today's episode of Trucks and Trailers. I'll be your host today because you're stuck with me, so let's go have a look at some trucks and trailers. So, you are catching me in the middle of working on the truck's vacuum system. You might think, well, what's so special about the truck's vacuum system, Damien? Isn't it just a plain old brake booster? Yes and no. The truck uses vacuum for the brake servo, but look at this little guy. Also goes off into a weird little array of things down here. And that is because the truck uses vacuum to activate the front and rear differential locks. And that vacuum was originally provided by the noisy, smelly engine that we removed from here. It's now being provided by a less noisy and not so smelly vacuum pump from some MG. It is the Hella UP5. And I've been messing around here this morning, chasing down vacuum leaks and things like that. And of course, I did it wrong. Yes, I did. I did it wrong. Until I got a tip and put this non-return valve from the old transit in here, and that's got ourselves sorted out. So we can now pull down to about 25 inches on here and hold it for a reasonable space of time. So it stays above 10 inches for about 15 minutes, which is absolutely perfect. So I'm going to have to get myself an old vacuum sensor in here for controlling the pump. Now it's a little bit of a scenario with this too, in terms of, because this is a commercial vehicle, it's got a vacuum sensor, or a vacuum switch I should say, on the brake booster. And that will activate when we go below 5 inches of mercury vacuum, and won't switch off again until we go above 10. And that gives us a light on the dash in the truck, and as part of the roadworthiness test, they basically check that that works. So they'll pump off all of the vacuum, turn the ignition on, check that the light comes on, and then start up and check that the vacuum builds up and the light goes away. So we've got a little bit of monkey business to do here, but the main thing is we've got our leaks and kind of things sorted out. The front and rear diff locks work. They take very little vacuum to work, actually. That'll be handy for burnouts, I guess. No, it won't be. Other job we've done here is I've got my proper steel bracket in here for the power steering pump. So we're getting a bit nearer. Still have all this wiring spaghetti here to clean up, and get rid of all the Vago connectors and get them all neatened up, and bring in our heater system. So that's kind of what we're doing under the bonnet. Let's have a look around the back, because been some changes here since you folks were last around, and a little bit proud of this, if I say so myself. So as you can see, the truck now has a bed. And before the internet gets too carried away, yes, this is a farm gate. This came originally on the barn over here. There was a farm gate, and I used part of it on the side of the house down here, and there was this bit left over that made a perfect roll bar for the truck. And of course, this being a truck going up here on this, if I can, oh wow, okay, we've got some spot lamps. Yes, I'm gonna have 4 of these spot lamps, So they'll be going up there for maximum illumination. So obviously this is our flatbed that I think I'd mentioned I was working on in the last video. This is made from 150 by 50 by 3 box section steel, and it's tied in here onto two of the 3 battery mounts per side, and also tied into the frame here, one of the original mountings. So the height of the bed is very good for me. I'm intending to put a vise on the back somewhere here, probably because I've been watching too much Western truck and tractor repair. So on the back then we have our lights now fully wired up. So on the clusters we have what's wrong with me? My head's melted today. So on the clusters we have indicators, side lights, brake lights, fog lights. Then we have our own separate reversing lamps, 2 of them here, and we've got separate number plate lamps as well. I put a new trailer electrical connection on there and wired them all up to a junction box so we can easily chop and change stuff in there if needs be. The boards here are those end-of-life scaffolding planks that I think I mentioned the last time. So that's kind of what I've been doing with the truck. There is a little bit of pressure on me now to get the truck on the road, so I've been working on the paperwork side as well. So kind of the last big job that I have to do before painting the frame is going to be trying to work out some kind of a mudguard system here. So yeah, any ideas on that, folks, let me know. So I guess this is where the truck's at. I have to say the bed kind of worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I did take my inspiration from Yellowstone, so this is about as close as I'm going to get to that. Right, now, what good is a truck without a trailer? So I do have over here a small car trailer. I think it's like 5 feet by 3 that I've used for hauling some things way too big and heavy for it, but so far it's managed to survive that. But I do have some big stuff to haul this year for some of the projects that we're going to have going on here at the old homestead. One of those is going to be, if you see that blue tarp there, there's something wonderful hiding under that, and that'll be the subject of a upcoming video. But we've got to put a roof onto this shed here and build up the walls. This was originally the pig shed, so the pig shed will be getting a roof, and in order to haul the materials to do that, we need a big trailer. So I don't like buying things, and the transit here had very kindly donated its rear axle to me. So over the winter I had taken the leaf springs off and cleaned them up, painted them, put new bushings in here, new shackle bolts, fresh oil in the diff, all that good stuff. So then got myself some more of my, it's becoming the favourite, 100 by 50 by 3 box section steel. Made myself a frame, and so the rails on it are the 150 by 3. On the back then it does double 150 by 3s, plated in the ends. Obviously we've got our mounting points for the rear board with the lights, put the wiring in, more of our same planks. I think they're like 9 by 3 or something like that, or 9 by 2.5 planks. H-frame made out of the same material, and the drawbar or towing hitch mechanism is 100 by 50 by 6, what's that called, channel. So we've got a jockey wheel on the front, some tie down points welded on here as well, and I've tied in the spring mounts to the drawbar on the front. The spring mounts are made out of pieces of 100 box section by 10mm wall. So the hitch then that I have for this guy, so this is the hitch I'm using. This is called a Bradley hitch. So this has a plate here that when you're reversing the trailer, put that plate down, and then underneath here is a big spring, so that when you're normally driving, you'd have that guy there off. So when you slow down, the spring dampens the trailer, the push load from the trailer, if that makes sense. Now, what that also does is it causes this end of the bolt to come out here. And what we're going to be doing, because this is going to be a braked trailer, so we're going to be using the master cylinder from the transhet with some lever mechanisms, so that when we're braking and this guy comes forward, it will activate the drum brakes in our trailer, and we'll have a braked trailer. So that's where things are with the trailer project. I still have to do mud guards as well for this. And yes, folks, don't worry, I know those tires are completely shot. There'll be people screaming at me saying, Damien, they're gonna blow out, you're gonna die horribly and take a bus full of school kids on their way to a petting zoo out of play. Not to worry, folks. As I said, I got two of the transhet wheels off, brought them to my tire guy, got the tires taken off. Going to be wire brushing these guys, painting them, and bringing them into him next week to get some new tires put on. And pretty soon then our trailer will be hitting the road. So yeah, that's kind of where things are at. I'm hoping to have the truck on the road in about 2 weeks time, get it into the test anyway, and then they'll tell me what other things I need to fix on it. But yeah, the truck's taking shape, folks. So folks, there you have it. Trucks, trailers, but it's a truck and a trailer, singular, not really plural. Because I don't have, well, I have two trailers but only one truck, so we're gonna have to fix that. Anyway, that's where things are at. I'm gonna crack on with the truck, get that on the road, and we'll be towing this big beastie with it, loaded up with some building materials and other items, other machinery related items. So as always, hope you have not enjoyed this, and give it a thumbs down. Unsubscribe from this nonsense channel. It's really garbage, as you can tell, just like my trailer building skills. So in that case, don't forget to check the links in the description to the Open Inverter Forum and Patreon and PayPal that you can avoid, because giving me money is a mistake, because then I'm going to spend it on stuff like this, and nobody wants this stuff, so don't do it. So until next time then, happy trailer hitch fitting.